If you ever saw where he was stabbed, it looked like something smaller than a pimple. You remember that?
Really? He had like an ingrown hair?
It looked
probably
like absolutely nothing. And in fact, she asks to see it, and Corey's like, there's really nothing to see now. It's healed up. I mean, miraculously. But this is funny. Of course, he's claiming that this is the Wolfpack, which is some underground organization.
Everybody's after Corey.
Corey Feldman, who 2 weeks ago made the shocking claim that he was stabbed while in his car at an LA intersection. Now, for the first time since that alleged incident, Corey is opening up about what happened. It's an interview you'll see only here on Access.
So overused.
I locked the door. He pulls on the door, and he couldn't get in. It was locked, but then somehow when he pulls and lunges again, he opens it with ease. The door just opened. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if he had, like,
it's crazy.
some kind of magnetic device or what.
Magnetic
but he got the door open.
I've got one of those.
Lunged in one time.
Yeah, I can open your door anytime I want.
And pulled back out, and that was it.
And did you see what you say he stabbed you with?
I couldn't see it because it was dark. It was nighttime.
Where did he get you?
As I said, it was like right here.
Can you show me?
Well, it's faded now. You won't really see much.
There was nothing there. There was
Corey
nothing there
posted
anyway.
pictures of himself being examined at the hospital.
Why are they
He
taking
believes
his
he may have been
temperature?
stuck with something, possibly a
You never know
hypodermic
what
needle.
happened to him,
So
what
you were
was
worried and you
injected.
were getting tested that maybe it could have
That's
been
true,
a
Jim.
poison or it could have been something.
Correct. Well, I'm still worried. I mean, there's a 5% chance that it could be something else. We don't know.
Pulled
Just to
that
even know that, like,
5%
God, there's
out
a
of his
possibility
ass.
there could be
Exactly.
poison in me, and I could be dead in a few months. That's pretty jarring.
You look pretty
Do
healthy.
you feel like you're
He's
being
still alive.
targeted, or do you think in this case it could have been a road rage incident?
It could have gone either way. There has been targeted harassment. There has been
Against
targeted
you.
threats
Can you
against
pause for a second, Brandon?
And I've
Wait, she said, or would it be a road rage? So a road rage person would have a demagnifier to open his door,
Right.
and then stab him with possibly a poison,
Yes.
which, by the way, does nothing in the first few months, but then it acts months later.
5%
5% chance.
Yeah. Drew, would you wear his shirt? I think you could pull that off.
I kind of like that shirt, actually. It's got stripes down the sleeves, but then it's just white in front
yeah, it
with
looks-
a kind of a pattern.
It looks weird, but I could see you rocking that.
I like that shirt.
He is a fashion icon.
gotten blackmail threats. I've gotten these terrible videos these guys are making. This group of people has been taunting and terrorizing us on a daily basis. They call themselves the Wolfpack.
In a post that has since been deleted, Corey took to social media to describe the group that he now thinks may have been behind the alleged stabbing.
They're making up lies about me. They're doing
Brandon,
everything
go back
they
to the
can
girl in the
to drag my
background
name through the mud and
in the
twist it.
hospital.
Media to describe
She's sitting, like when they're taking, the girl back there, see if you can see her face. She looks really worried.
Oh, it's one of Corey's angels.
Look how upset she is.
He's getting his temperature taken.
She's getting poisoned by some strange person. By the way, wouldn't they have cameras at the intersection where this happened?
Sure, absolutely. CCTV is everywhere.
What kind of follow-up? Who is there a better follow-up on this? Come on.
may have been behind the alleged stabbing.
They're making up lies about me. They're
Stabbing.
doing everything they can to drag my name through the mud and twist and turn the lies into anything people would be willing to believe. And they've been very successful at this campaign.
Do you have an idea who they are?
I
You
know
call
exactly.
them the Wolfpack.
Well, I don't want to give that name any more attention.
And have
He
you
already
gone to
said
the
it.
police to?
Yes.
And you've talked about this
He
group?
brought it up. I'm going to be meeting with them again this week.
Does it have anything to do with the pedophile claims?
It is 100% connected. The threats that I've been getting, the assaults, the fake accusations,
He's gonna
all
out
these
him.
things that are happening where all of a sudden, like, why is everybody coming after Corey? This is why.
It
It is
is
100%
coming after him
about
again?
the fact that I've
The
been speaking
Wolfpack,
up.
Drew.
Don't give it
Corey,
any more
who claims he
attention,
was
Trudy.
molested as a young
Outside
teen,
of the
is looking to
stabbing,
fund
quote
a
unquote,
documentary
who else
and a film about his
went
life.
after him?
And in the process, expose an alleged Hollywood pedophile ring that he
I don't
says
think
he's
we
known
figured
of
that
since
out
he was a
yet.
child.
This is our world. We're in Hollywood. There's a lot of amazing people here, a lot of talented, beautiful artists and great people here.
Right.
And there's a few sickos, and we got to root them out, and we got to get them out of here.
Good idea.
While he continues
don't you
his
say who
quest
they
for
are?
justice, Corey is also moving ahead with his career.
You see.
What is this movie?
Corbin
In his new film Corbin Nash, he's cast as a cross-dressing
promoting a
vampire
movie.
villain.
What a coincidence.
It will be out in theaters and on demand April 20th.
This is my favorite.
What a total coincidence. It's wild.
I want to see that
Some
movie.
of my best work, and I'm very, very proud of this work. So I'm humble, I'm grateful. I hope people get to see my work, but I'm even more hopeful that people start listening to what I have to say and they take it very, very seriously.
Yeah.
How much fear is there running in Hollywood right now at what you're about to expose?
Don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that.
Zero.
Because that just fuels the fire. I want to think that everybody is on my side and hoping that,
Getting pretty
that
heavy.
we get the bad guy. And there's some love and there's some
he gonna
God
cry?
in this community.
It was a fascinating interview. You do get
No,
the
it
sense
wasn't.
when first he's very
And you know
There's
what?
no fear. There's zero fear.
And there was nobody that he ever truly exposed. Now, when he put out his documentary, there was the dude from Nickelodeon, but that had already been known. And I don't
Did
think
he
there's-
name him, though?
I think he did name him, but
did.
the allegations were already out there, and he had already been convicted once. So I don't know if he had ever succeeded in outing anybody major.
Well, but I assume that he was molested at some point, correct?
He claims he was, yeah.
Okay, but has he ever said who molested him?
Didn't he come really close to that? And
Yeah, and then his movie was it was hacked. Remember, he was
Right.
showing his movie live.
He had
on
a
the internet. It
live
was hacked
screening.
10
and
minutes in.
right before they were about to
Something-
play it, it just died.
yeah, something weird always happens when he gets to the brink.
Was
of
that
exposing
after
it.
this? After this happened, the stabbing?
No, it was before that, I think.
Oh, okay.
And which is why the stabbing created so much fear in Hollywood, as they referred to in the story.
Man, what if he was a great musician before then, but that poison somehow made him just a really bad musician?
I think there's some pretty good examples of his musical skills before the poisoning. Alleged poisoning.
Well, he was still learning at that point, but it just kind of stopped his learning. He couldn't learn anymore.
But the news was all over this. Check out KCLAL.
This is a great story. I want you to note the witness, or not the witness, but the bystander they interviewed. This is awesome because nobody else includes any
Man on the
cuts
street.
for interviews. Yeah, man on the street stuff. She adds so much of this story. It's great.
Oh, I can't wait.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sandra Mitchell. Our top story on KCAL 9 News
Top
at noon.
story.
Actor Corey Feldman says he was attacked in Tarzana. The actor thinks it's linked to threats against him on social media.
Oh, no.
The LAPD is investigating. KCAL 9's Cara Finstrom has the latest.
Police say Feldman is okay, that he was treated and released from the hospital.
Busy
They're now looking
intersection.
into what exactly happened at the intersection here behind us, whether it could have been road rage or possibly
be a
something
camera
else.
there?
There's
The
a
former
million
childhood star
cameras.
took to Twitter overnight, posting these photos and saying he was attacked by someone trying
Look
to
how
kill
worried
him.
that girl is.
Feldman drove himself to the hospital and told police he
his
thought he'd been
temperature?
stabbed or jabbed in the stomach. Police say the 46-year-old did not suffer any cuts. He told investigators he was driving near Reseda and Ventura last
How
night
can you have a
when he
cut
thought
if
he was
you're
being
stabbed?
followed, and his bodyguard shined a flashlight out of the car. He went on to say when he stopped at a traffic light here, one
Bodyguard.
guy jumped out and confronted the bodyguard, and another jabbed at his stomach with some type of object. After that, he says the car took off.
I think that's crazy. I never thought anything would happen like that. Well, I just hope he's okay, you know?
Feldman starred in the 1980s films The Goonies, Stand By Me, and The Lost Boys, and has claimed he was sexually abused as a young actor. He's also said he's been threatened online by a group of people he refers to as the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack.
And started a website looking for donations to pay for security.
29,000
Feldman
raised.
reposted a link to that this morning. Now, again, the LAPD says
it was around
is
40 when I
investigating
looked it
these
up
claims
earlier.
by Feldman. TMZ is also reporting that Feldman initially told police he thought he'd been stabbed in the stomach by a syringe,
He
and that
thinks he
police
was
say
stabbed.
there was some type of a mark on his stomach. Reporting here from
Some type of a mark.
It's awesome. All the vague phrases used for this stabbing.
Wait, so he raised $40,000 for security against the Wolfpack?
That's what I saw. Well, he has been attacked since. It worked.
It seems like you can put a GoFundMe up for anything and you get money, doesn't it?
Well, especially if you're an 80s movie star.
Yeah,
Well, that's true. That helps.
Or unless you're a girl that spends 17 grand a month on
Oh yeah,
your kids.
She got 4,400. Mary Lou Retton got 450,000.
Nice.
That's a lot.
Good for
Okay, this
Mary
is
Lou.
the Billboard story. I don't know if this adds anything or not. I forgot why I selected this one. I don't even remember, but I just love that everyone covered
Actor
it.
Corey Feldman is in the hospital after a stranger apparently stabbed him in the stomach and then fled the scene. The Stand By Me and Goonies star tweeted about the incident early Wednesday morning, explaining that
worried
3
girl.
men approached him and his security guard while they were sitting in his car in Los Angeles. According to Feldman, the men approached the vehicle, distracting his security guard. That was when another vehicle pulled up beside
Where's
them,
his lips?
which another attacker jumped out and stabbed the actor with, quote, something. Feldman followed up by tweeting that LAPD are currently investigating this case as an attempted homicide.
How sick
although
are
he
these
has its
people?
own speculations that it's connected to a group called the Wolfpack, who he says have been threatening him
Everyone
on
repeats
social
this
media.
ridiculous
However,
story.
Was it the
LAPD
three guys from The
spokesman
Hangover?
Luis
Weren't they
Garcia
the
told
Wolfpack?
Hollywood
Yeah.
Reporter on Wednesday morning that Feldman has no injuries, not even superficial scratches.
Wait,
Quote,
what?
There is no indication of a laceration, he said. Police say they have no suspect information and no weapon
They
information
just said he was
at the
stabbed.
moment.
Right. This is a bunch of hogwash. I believe that initially he came out and said he was stabbed. Everybody, figured he's stabbed with a knife or some kind of sharp object. And then he kind of pivots and says, there's nothing there. It might have been a syringe. So just a dot?
I wonder what the percentage chance is now that he could die of poisoning, because it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, it's probably down to
Supposedly
2%.
like
It might be down. Yeah, I think you're right,
1%?
Brandon. 1 to 2%. I think that's what I read online.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. And there's so many stories about this. I mean, everyone did this story.
And Drew, you're right. I'm mad at the LAPD that they didn't release footage of this stab. You're right. There had to be a million TV or cameras there.
No, it's an intersection. There's a gas station right there where that witness, who by the way did a great job in her interview, she wished him well. We should actually look her up and do a follow-up interview.
I never thought that would happen. Follow up. That's our way to. What was her name?
Holly Shea.
Shey. See if Holly's listed. Be an
H-E-Y.
interesting follow-up. Would blow her mind.
He's just an attention whore who every
Trudy,
so often.
you're stabbed.
Sorry. Oh, it's sensitive. But there appears to be nothing going on, and he's just making that up as he goes along. I can't believe people put him on the
The
shows.
funny thing is, it went away. Everybody just forgot about the stabbing.
exactly.
And he pivoted back to his music career and his box set.
Now, I agree with the emailer that nobody follows anything up, because this merits follow-up. It's like, you couldn't have done this 30 years ago. I think you'd have been laughed out of town once people dug in and drilled down in the story. They basically say, this never happened.
Hasn't he been laughed out of town? I know he's still in town, but
he's on a major tour right now with Limp Bizkit. He's living
good
the
point.
life. He's
Oh, my
having the
God.
biggest crowds that he's ever had in his entire music career. He is on cloud 9.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
And good for
I had
him.
no
I'm
idea.
happy
He had-
for him. He's great. When he talked to us, I thought he was
I hope
fantastic.
we're giving away tickets to that soon.
I
On Wheels.
kind of want to see him. I want to see that show. I know it's ridiculous, but I kind of want to see it. And I wouldn't mind seeing Fred.
It's a Tuesday night, yeah.
I want to see that movie too. That Corbin Nash. I want to
Yeah.
give that a shot.
Corbin
How do you think it did on Rotten Tomatoes? By the way.
Good question. Corey said it was one of his best performances.
He was
so
really proud of his work.
I'm going to guess 16.
60. Is that from the
Okay, the
audience or the?
I'll say the critics. I'll say the critics will say 7, and I'll say the audience. I'm going to stick with 16.
Critics are 20.
What?
The audience is 54.
Wow, I wildly underestimated Corey.
Some of the reviews are like, it was the worst movie ever, which made it awesome. I couldn't stop watching. So it's just one of those cringy movies.
No, that makes it interesting. If it's that bad, then it is almost good.
Yeah.
Like the
Sometimes-
Disaster Artist.
Right.
He's made a cottage industry out of being, just lampooned and laughed at, basically.
Yeah, it's a
Semi-serious career that he has.
It's a strange space to occupy in the world of celebrity, but he occupies it well, and he clings to it like a maniac.
Tenacious, yeah.